1 year ago, I embarked on a trip of a lifetime with my friend Justin, our sights set on exploring the northernmost town in the USA. If you've been following my travels for a while, you'll know I like to upload my videos in chronological order to give them all a feeling of connecting one into the next. This place was so special though that I literally couldn't wait to edit the footage, and so 2 videos were made. One kinda blew up, but I did promise at the time that I would come back to the flights later down the road, so it's time to honor that promise, fill you guys in on all the details of this awesome trip, and revisit Barrow, Alaska, starting here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, with my first ride over to Newark, New Jersey. Let's go! As I had graduated from college in Baltimore, I moved temporarily back to Pittsburgh for the summer. Justin was still in the DMV though, so in order to meet up with him and start our long trek to Alaska, we each had a short hop to Newark Liberty International Airport. My ride aboard United Express's E170 in economy class. I will not be checking anything in for this Alaska trip, so just stopped by here literally to print out my boarding passes. Summer of 2021 was what I believe to truly be the return to normal-ish levels of passenger air traffic. And what was an empty ghost town of an airport, Pittsburgh is now hustling and bustling with people once again. After about 15 minutes in the security line, I made it through and on the people mover, 2 trams that connect the airside and landside terminals here. While the current airside facility will be sticking around, the landside, the trams, and these escalators heading up to this view will be gone by 2025 when Pitt's new terminal is completed. Out of the 4 concourses here, United Airlines operates at Concourse A along with Air Canada, Utqiagvik, Southwest, and Sun Country. So gate this afternoon will be A8. Chick-fil-A or Auntie Annie's? After grabbing a pretzel or 2 from Auntie Annie's, I arrived to my United gate to find no aircraft here yet. But I was a bit early, so roughly 25 minutes of waiting later, here comes my E170 this late morning. N643RW at the time of filming, a 16-and-a-half-year-old E-Jet that had flown for Chautauqua Airlines and Shuttle America previously. Today, it'll be operated by Republic Airways, who currently flies for American, United, and Delta. Because of that, and them having a base here at Pitt, they are frequently the airline I use when coming into or out of this airport. The turnaround time for my flight was very quick, so once Group 3 was called, it was time for me to board and get this surreal trip started. Hello.
Try to get you on your way so you don't miss any.
The United Express E170 is equipped with 70 seats on board, divided into just 6 first-class seats, 16 Economy Plus, and 48 Economy. Unlike some of United's newer E170 5 hard products, this plane has the older and more comfy seats. Mine will be 21A to Newark. It's a pretty simple common design for these E170s with a bluish-gray color scheme, but it works quite well for the routes it flies. There are thick adjustable headrests up top, with a slight recline as well. I am 6 foot in height, but legroom is very acceptable. A seatback pocket is located in front, with the safety card and in-flight magazine inside. The size of the pocket itself is also very decent compared to mainline. Wi-Fi and free in-flight entertainment is provided on board as shown on the tray table, and hand sanitizing wipes were handed out upon boarding. As the last of the passengers came aboard, we were just about ready to push back, and luckily, I had a semi-aligned window on this E170. So, obviously, I fly a lot, but this was definitely my most anticipated trip in a long time. So to get this thing going was incredible. Alaska would come, but first is Newark. Flight attendants, even though this was a short hop, still came through the cabin with a drink service selection. No snacks, but who cares? An American flight on this exact route almost guaranteed would have absolutely nothing given to its passengers, unless the crew was feeling up to it. And voila! I have myself some ginger ale, in a can at that too. One thing I will say about United Airlines is during COVID, they certainly weren't as cheap in the snacks drinks department versus some others. And they also were one of the first airlines to bring back the regular service once things started looking better. Another thing United does differently now from American is they kept their in-flight magazine called Hemispheres around. So here's a look at it. United is part of Star Alliance. The members shown on this page, their route network is to the left of that. A menu is provided as well in the magazine, both buy on board items and the free stuff on the next page. You can also find some other hidden gems per se in here, and directions how to access their Wi-Fi and free in-flight entertainment. Unfortunately, I tried it out on this flight, and while I could connect to it in settings, the page would never actually load on Safari or Chrome, so I gave up and really didn't think twice about it again, as we were already nearing eastern PA, Jersey, and eventually the New York City area, descending through some fairly thick clouds. One thing about flying in the US summer versus winter is because of the heat at this time of year, there's a lot more haze around, which means views are obscured more often than not. Which is why I actually like winter flying much better, as when it's cold, skies are clear as day. The only problem then is it's dark more often than not on every flight. So you win some and you lose some. Yes, I I know I'm not technically in New York, but come on, it's right there. Anyways, really nice short flight this early afternoon aboard United Express, specifically Republic Airways, which I 99% of the time always have fantastic experiences with. I am a big fan of E170s and E175s as they really are the perfect regional jet. So much better than turboprops and especially CRJs. The Embraer 170 is much more spacious with larger overhead bins, a larger lavatory, larger windows, better seats most of the time. Frankly, everything's better. And the product on board this plane was definitely more than okay for this short ride to Newark. Good service as well, and we came in early. This hop really was a great start to the trip that would just get better from here on out. Although the next flight was, well, you'll see. I may have to take those words back momentarily. Stay tuned.
It's a lot. Two.
When possible,
Actually
stay at
busy
least
here
6
again.
feet.
Yeah, well, that'll do it for this video. Now I gotta find Justin somewhere in this airport and then start heading over to our long Alaska flight, which departs very soon actually. So I shall end this video off here and pick back up from Newark, New Jersey at the beginning of the next video, which should promise some really, really good things and some really, really bad things. Hope you guys enjoyed this flight from my hometown. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.